Good day, viewers. I still remain your boy, Akome Jamiu, and you're welcome to another episode of Citizens Hangout. Citizens Hangout is where we hang out with very prominent citizens in Nigeria, very veterans in Nigeria, and also ordinary persons in Nigeria as well. And on this show, we look at issues as affect the common man on the street. So we look at it, we address issues of economy, we address issues of politics, we address issues of governance, issues of health and opinions, and we relate it and syndicate it as it affects the common man on the street. And today on the show, I have with me in the studio Honorable Jimoh Wasiu, who is the coordinator for Team Shetima for BAT Project 2023, Lagos State coordinator. And then we want to look at the 2023 general elections and which options does Nigeria have. So let me allow my guests to say greetings to you viewers out there. So please say greetings today.
Well, good morning everybody, the Nigerian citizen. I'm Jimoh Wasiu Oluwaseso, the Lagos State Coordinator, Team Shetima for BAT Project 2023.
So thank you, the viewers out there have heard you. So we're looking at the 2023 general elections, and then we want to find out what options do Nigerians have. You know, we have about 18 political parties who are contesting the elections, as according to INEC, that are registered political parties. And then there has been so many noise, particularly around three major presidential candidates, though there is a fourth person, but then, you know, there is no much of a noise as to the fourth person. But then, and then other political parties are also agitating that, no, we are also in the race. So people have raised issues concerning the APC, the PDP, the Labour Party, and then the NNPP. However, the candidate of AA and A party, I think AA, yes, Action Alliance and Accord, have also come to the land. That's Showore and then this Professor Christopher Mumelon. Yeah. So, which options do you think Nigeria have among all of these people who are requesting Nigerians to cast their vote for them come 2023?
Well, thank you. The current presidential election is going to be unique setting in the sense that we have many options, but if you have ideas and value to choose from the option available, why? We have many fewer contenders. The fewer contenders in this current situations of election, 2023 elections, is our candidate, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the PDP candidate, Atiku Abubakar, and Peter Obi for Labour Party. These are the three contended aspirants or candidates that the Nigeria they were majorly focused. But let me say it clearly that we have an option of personality and not ideology or value proportion in order to solve the Nigeria problem. For you, we need to critically evaluate, because we said options. For the word of option means before you can choose a right candidate, you need to evaluate and assess what are the personalities of the candidate, the antecedents, the characters, the past record of the person to voting.
Thank you. So you are listening to Honorable Wasiu Jimoh, who is the coordinator for Team Shetima for BAT Project 2023. We would go on short break now, and then we'll continue as soon as we return back. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome back from that short break. So, Honorable Wasiu has mentioned that we need to look at the ideology and then the personality that the political party are pushing forward. So let's take it from there. So what's the ideology of the All People's Congress APC? So and what kind of personality are they pushing for Nigerians to take as their next president?
Well, the ideology that we should be focused on, we are looking at the political ideology of the each candidate or aspirant. Let's look at the antecedents of the candidates. Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu started his own political career right from the university day in Chicago when he joined the student union government as a leader on campus. He was among the political elites during his own time. If you check Atiku Abubakar also, was also when he was in a at college, he was also a political leader. These two political leaders, we can point out and similarly that they are real politicians from the grassroots. So they have political ideology compared to other candidates for this incoming 2023 election. Now, by looking at antecedents and political career, let us go by antecedents or from the history from their previous position heads. Bola Ahmed Tinubu was the former governor between the period of 2000, between the period of 1999 and 2004. Let's look at the revenue experts. Bola was the revenue expert. It took when the federal government suspended the local government allocation, he used his own initiative, which called a political ideologies, and he took the Lagos State IGR, internal generated revenue, from millions to 14.8 billions without federal government allocation. Allocation because the government suspended the local government fund and he raised the fund internally. Where other political party like Atiku and then the Peter Obi. When Peter Obi became the Afghan governor in Anambra in 2006, the revenue, the IGR was 5 point something billion. Immediately he became the governor, the IGR reduced to 4.8 billions. In which our own candidate was trying to raise his own IGR, you increase the revenue of the Lagos State more than 200%.
Okay, let's look at it from this perspective. You have said that Bola Tinubu actually raised the high GR of Lagos, and then the Peter Obi actually, rather than increase the IGR, actually sustain the current IGR or perhaps reduce it. But then some have alleged that most of all this IGR has not translated to impact on the resident of Lagos. That your candidate is actually creating a thug or a political, how do I put it now, a miscreant political economy in Lagos, because virtually you will see every nook and cranny, you see unions tasking motorists, and then these are boko, perhaps what form the idea. And meanwhile, an ordinary Lagosian is suffering and smiling like Fela sand way back. So, don't you think?
Well, that is just a political statement. You know, in politics, people will look one way or the other to blackmail a political figure. We have union. The union in Lagos State, they are generate their own revenue. But it was during the time of the Fashola, he called out the union and he regulated the system that, oh, you cannot be collecting amounts and taking it and remitting to your national. Part of the money have to come to Lagos State pocket. So it was the initiative of the Fashola when he was the governor of the Lagos State that compulsion the NRTW to be remitting to the pocket of the Lagos. What concerns our candidate? People have been blackmailing Tinubu that there was one that promoting the unions in Lagos. Is it a crime for a political leader to have many friends? But Tinubu was close to many parties, including friends, the families, the workers, talk of anybody. So our aspirant, the candidate, is not the one that promoting the hooligans or the tout in Lagos State. That one is a political statement.
Oh, okay. If you say it's a political statement, what about this statement as well that people have said that if your candidate should assume the office of the president, you're going to have agbero plus boko haram economy. Looking at the agberos from Lagos, are looking at the vice president who has been alleged that is a sponsor of Boko Haram. So that means we're going to have agbero plus Boko Haram economy. What do you say to that?
Okay, fine, thank you. The agbero or Boko Haram economy. How could a government promote agbero economy if peradventure they were voting him in 2023 elections? We need to separate politics from the hooliganism. Politics separate, hooliganism separately. Let me start from the vice president that was attached to the Boko Haram. Shetima came from a wealthy family and notable families in Borno State, and is one of the respected family in that state. Truly, the Boko Haram started during the time of the Shetima, but he tried his own possible best to curb the situation down. It was the political enemy. They want to use it against our aspirant that the Shetima was the one that promoted the Boko Haram. Not because of anything, because of the Muslim ticket, which has nothing to do. In politics, we look at the person that can put crowd, that can mobilize, the person that can pull the crowd. The APC believe the right person, the intelligent, is the Shetima as the vice president, our aspirant, and he was very, very competent. Among the aspirants they invited to the recent convention, national convention by the Nigeria Bar Associations, we saw the display and then the presentation of our aspirant, the vice president. He talked about economy, the securities, and other issues going on in the country. So, with a logical and well presentation. So how could people are now allege our candidate that he is the one that promoting the Boko Haram? So if you are fortunate to be in that position, so re-elected, I'm assuring you, APC is not the party of the hooliganism and is not the party that promoting the thugs. Truly, recently, the Lagos State government appointed DMC Oluomo as the chairman of the park management. And who is the secretary? A professor of the transportation from the University of Lagos. Lagos State was telling you that we have a good plan, a good structure. They move from the union to the park management in order to regulate the transportation systems in Lagos. Which I believe if the APC took over the government in 2000 by February 2023, this year, a lot of system will change, including the transportation system. If Lagos can establish the park management, that means when we get to the national level, a lot of the regulation will be applied and will be applicable to necessary sectors.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate this thought that you have shared, and then we go on a short break now, and then stay tuned and hear us out. Okay, welcome back from that short break. So, still in the studio with me is Honorable Jimoh Wasiu. Honorable Jimoh Wasiu, like I said, is the Lagos State Coordinator for Team Shetima for BAT Project 2023. Not just that, he is also a professional in the financial industry. So Honorable Jimoh Wasiu is a chartered accountant, also a chartered stockbroker, and not just that, he is also an MBA holder in MBA finance. So you will see that it's a a professional that can speak on the issues of economy, and he also has a background at first degree level, both in economics and accounting. So you see, who we have brought on this, in the studio today is not just an ordinary citizen, but a veteran, both in the political space and also in the professional space. No, now we want to look at the current challenges that Nigerians are facing with respect to the new Naira notes. We read on the news, I think 2 days ago, the CBN actually instructed some banks and they monitor that in the northern part of the country, they were doing currency swap, where those who have the old note will come with it and then they exchange it for them to the new note. Meanwhile, in the southern part, specifically Lagos and Ogun, we've seen in Ogun State there was a protest where even I think one of the citizens was shot. And then in Lagos, you've seen so many people, passing nights at ATM centers, and then you have this long queue around the bank just because they could not have access to their own hard-earned money. So, and it is your party that is the incumbent, and then you are asking us to vote for you again when Nigerians are made to face hardship. So what's your take on this?
Well, on economic challenges, the enemy of APC, they want to sabotage the effort of this government. And they are doing it deliberately because of our candidate, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. CBN governor, CBN are in charge of the monetary policy. Why the Minister of Finance in charge of fiscal policy? There is a committee for them to print in the currency. Part of the committee was the Minister of Finance. And that was the reason you read it in the news. That was not communicated, there was no aware. They want to redesign the new currency.
Okay, you are saying that the Minister of Finance is not aware.
It's not aware
that there is going to be a redesign of the Nigerian currency.
You can see politics in politics. Meanwhile,
a minister that was approved by the Senate for the president,
yes,
and the governor of CBN is also reporting to the presidency.
He's reporting to the presidency.
And the minister is also part of the Federal Executive Council.
He's also part of the Federal
cabinet member.
Even though the Minister of Finance is also a member of committee in CBN. So
and they are saying that the minister is ignorant.
She said she was not aware that the CBN want to redesign the Naira because the monetary policies and then the fiscal policy is going pari passu. So you can see where the politics started from the politics. It's not the politics. The policy is okay, but where they are getting it wrong is that the CBN governor does not tell the Nigeria the truth. Why? You need to tell us what is the cost of the printing of the currency, the redesign one, and what is the actual amount printed in circulations. He refused to, because the House of Assembly invited the CBN governor, but in his absence, they have to send a representative, who is the deputy governor, to represent him. And they were asking her, she could not be able to provide a concrete response. So that means there are some things hiding. Why Nigeria are beginning to suffer for what they have labored for? America are printing money. Recently, the UK also printed, they redesigned their own pounds. That doesn't mean that the old currency should be in circulation. If you change the currency, the old currency should also be in circulation for many years until it will flop out. But in our own case, how can they be giving a citizen a short period? You give them a short period, that one is not a problem. But where we are getting it wrong, that if you are giving a short period to have the new Naira note, but the money is not enough in circulation. It's not enough in circulation. As at the time, the deadline for the policy, none of the Nigerian citizens, very few, very minute, having a new currency. And this is the first time in Nigeria, even though the airline also, they were lamented that they could not be able to get the new currency.
Sorry, please, if I could cut in, do you think that this policy of government should be discriminatory in nature? Why should currency swap be happening in the north and they are asking the south to deposit their money? Because if you are looking at monetary policy is a way of mopping excess cash in the economy. People are hungry, you are still collecting the cash from them and you are not giving them back the cash. Recently, the federal government also sold bonds. Selling bonds is also a way of mopping excess cash in the economy, which is internal borrowing. Okay. I think your government or your party is inflicting hardship on the citizens of the country purposefully.
Well, you are getting it wrong. Our party are not inflicting hardship on the citizen. You need to separate two things. The CBN is an independent agent, and they are in charge of the monetary of the country. So the issue of the redesigning Naira, mopping, as you said, the monetary policy, one of the ways the government can, the policy the government can use in the monetary policy is what? By selling bonds. By selling bonds on the money supply, they will be able to retrieve a lot of money from the citizen. These are the policy we are expecting the CBN governor. And let me tell you something. The CBN governor does not really understand the monetary policy. If you understand the monetary policy, you should have said a lot of bonds. We have the government bonds, and then we advise the state also to sell the state government bonds.
Let me comment this. Let's go on short break and we would return shortly. Please stay tuned. Welcome back from the commercial break. So, you were saying something about the monetary policy and saying that the CBN governor is an independent body that is also directly involved in monetary policy. And then there is a policy that the CBN governor has made, and then the Minister of Finance is ignorant of it, and then the Minister of Finance is also a member of CBN committee as well. So I'm kind of confused when you also say that there is an enemy of the government. Meanwhile, these two persons work for and work with the government, paid by the government, directly nominated and appointed by the president. So who is the enemy? So would you say that if your candidate also assumes the office, is going to employ and engage enemies to work with him, and then sabotaging and inflicting hardship on the citizens?
Our candidates cannot inflict hardship on citizens. Remember, CBN governor was not appointed by APC. It was appointed by the President Goodluck Jonathan. And according to the CBN Act, you cannot remove the CBN if it does not involve CBN government, if it does not involve any act of fraudulent or any mischief. So who knows? Maybe he was working for oppositions in order to blackmail our candidates or to block the chances of our candidates. Because the policy to be introduced by CBN should not be ashy to the citizen. Why should the citizen to be crying? Now, we are watching on TV, watching on social media, people have started vandalizing a lot, causing a violence. Let me ask you a question. Why there is violence in Southwest? Have you ever seen a video from the northern part of the country that people are making a violence on the streets? So that means there is something behind it. There are some enemy of destruction.
That will be because the policy is favoring the northern persons and is against the southern person, because currency swap is happening in the north and is not happening in the south.
That's one of the injustices that we are telling the CBN governor. If you want to do a policy, do a uniform policy. It's not that you will sideline some geopolitical zone and favor other geopolitical zone. No. It has to be justifiable with both parties and the entire citizen. Why is the CBN governor doing a money swapping in the northern part of the country, and then we are talking about the little amount of money with us in Southwest to bank, and at the end of the day, was able to receive the money and he could not be able to get the new note. So you can see there is a contradictions in that policy. That shows that the CBN governor does not get the policy right. He was just use a deceive politically to deceive the president in order to allow him to implement the policy. And that is why they sideline the other stakeholder. Tell me how many stakeholders they know about the policy. It's only the president that defend the policy. It was only the president that came to the social media that was one that gave me the go ahead. Why can't the CBN governor present the policy at the federal executive meeting if he does not have anything hiding on that policy? And let me tell you something. The violence here are there in Ogun State, in Ibadan State. There are some people behind it in order to blackmail. They don't want this 2023 election to hold. Because they are perceiving that, oh, it's likely that our candidate is going to win the election. Because we have a strategy, we have a structure. You cannot be talking of winning an election when you don't have a structure. We have a template, we have a structure, and we have a confidence that Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Vice President Shetima we won 2023 election.
Okay, I hear you. So we'll go on short break now and then we'll return shortly. Thank you. Yeah, welcome back from that short break. So you have said that the best options in 2023 general election for Nigeria is Tinubu Shetima.
Yes.
So can you share an insight into the manifestos of Tinubu Shetima and why you think that Nigeria should submit their tongue by casting vote for Tinubu Shetima come 2020?
Okay, thank you. Nigeria need to examine and interrogate. They need to integrate the policy, the project and activities of each presidential candidate. They need to look critically the character, the personalities, the values, the antecedents, the professional experience of each candidate in order to pick their choice. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, when he was the Lagos State governor, he provided multiple houses unit in Lagos. He started from the Lagos State workers, the senior staff. That's why you saw a lot of senior staff quarters around the houses. He also made a large investment. He turned the Lagos with a larger investment. As at today, Lagos State is being compared with other African countries. Remember, Lagos State is a state in Nigeria, and they are comparing the Lagos with other countries. As at today, Lagos State is the number 9th in the whole Africa in terms of economy. It's the number 9th in the whole Africa. This is the work of the Bola Ahmed Tinubu. They also try to reduce the number of schools. During his own regime, he reduced the number of the school and he handed over the school to the owners. And by reducing the number of schools, that means he reduced the cost because the cost reductions, and he used the cost for some essential things to the Lagosians. Moreover, he also spent a lot of money in massive infrastructures, and there is a master plan. It's not because of Bola Ahmed Tinubu that laid down a master plan in Lagos, a template. It was that template the successor, which is the Fashola, started taking from, followed by Ambody, down to the current governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu. Also, our aspirant, the candidates, also try in the area of human capacity. He discovered a lot of talented people. He's the only governors in Nigeria that he appointed people that they work with him, the cabinet, are excellent. Tell me any of the governor in Nigeria that they are having other people, other people from other states, other part of the country, or other part of the states as part of their cabinet. Look at Ben Akaboeze. He was from Anambra. He was part of the cabinet of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Dele Alake, he was from the Ekiti state. He was a part of the cabinet of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Anton Warren, he was from Delta state. He was part of the cabinet of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Lai Mohammed, who is the current Minister of Information, was from Kwara State. Likewise, the Vice President, Yemi Osinbajo. So, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he was really trying on manpower development. He spent a lot of money on human capacities. And he has a lot of people. Tell me, he has a lot of, among the president, how many of them they have people in Senate, in House of Assembly, in local government, in each state of assembly, all round, and it's a philanthropy. He spent a lot of money across the geopolitical zone. When when issue of flood, issue of Ekiti State, when they bomb churches in Ekiti State, he donated money. When there is a fire outbreak in Katsina, he donated money. It was a philanthropy. What is giving us a confidence that these are the visionary leader. We need a visionary leader that can take the Nigeria to the next level.
Thank you. This is where we draw the curtain. And thank you, viewers, for watching this show, Citizens Hangout.